Let me just say, this is by far the weirdest national park experience I have ever had so far. Where's the, like, entering national park sign?
There's one in the corner back there.
Was there? Cool. Visitor center next to the Burger King. Well, it might not really look like it, but believe it or not, we're driving into a national park.
Yeah, this is definitely a natural park.
Oh, no parking. Oh, I almost got hit by a delivery truck. By any measure, regardless, Hot Springs National Park is probably the weirdest of any national park in the United States.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's not just because it's Bill Clinton's hometown.
This is definitely even more unique. This is just like historic buildings in the middle of a town. This is probably the nicest part of town too.
It's the first national park I've been to that smells like a Burger King inside of it. So as weird, or as different at least, as Hot Springs feels from literally every other national park, the interesting thing is that by some measures it's actually the oldest property of any national park. So even before Yellowstone and before Yosemite, the national government set aside hot springs to protect the hot springs here as a reserve. But the idea wasn't to like preserve the nature or preserve the look of the place. It was to preserve the actual spring for posterity. Ooh. So if I can talk above this traffic, look back here real quick where it says U.S. Hot Springs Reservation.
Yeah, I saw that.
Reservation was the term that was used for any land that the government set aside for a public use way before, once again, Yosemite or Yellowstone or any national park existed.
Nice.
At this point, a lot of what there is to see in Hot Springs are all the bathhouses because they're historic, but really the main attraction is the water. And there's only 2 places here that you can actually go inside the water.
On Bathhouse Row, the Buck Staff is the only continually operating bathhouse, which has offered hot baths and spa services since 1912.
This is like the OG, you literally sit in like a tub that's stained and somebody comes and scrubs your naked body with a loofah. So the alternative is called claw paw, something like that.
The claw paw, notable for its distinctive dome,
Let me just say, this is by far the weirdest national park experience I have ever had so far.
I feel like I should be in the Titanic right now with like this 30s stained glass and pools and stuff.
All right, where to?
The brewery.
Now I feel like I'm clean enough to actually be in like a town, you know, not the woods.
It's true. Other than it's super hot and humid, so 3, 4, yep, no longer dry.
So in addition to the 2 bathhouses that actually have baths, one of them is the visitor center. One's a gift shop. The other one, I don't know how to make a joke about a spring. They got something on tap
There we go.
that is good for your health. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Grab something. I don't know what to say at this point, to tell you the truth.
What's that?
Okay, I thought being in a 19-teens bathhouse drinking beer was going to be the weirdest experience of the day. But honestly, just seeing all of the natural springs inside of a manhole. I found the spring.
Right there.
Nice. It's kind of the weirdest part of this park.
1932. A number of thermal water fountains are located. Temperature of the springs here at 153 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. It's a bit warm. So they covered all the wells or the springs to protect the water going to the bathhouses because people came for therapeutic baths. They actually said after World War II, when medicine got better, the number of people that came here to the therapeutic baths dropped from hundreds of thousands to the tens of thousands. They basically covered up all the hot springs to protect them and then pipe them directly into the different bathhouses. So like this one says Haywood Springs on it. They did that to protect the water quality. So now I was wondering what these green boxes all over were for, but these go directly into all the bathhouses.
It's just interesting, especially seeing kind of the development that's directly on the other side of the road and all of the closed up springs, how this park has contributed to the idea of a national park. Because really, even in a park like Chickasaw that we saw yesterday, the national park idea had evolved to the point that they wanted to avoid a bunch of kind of tourist attractions popping up or resorts popping up on natural resources. But in either case, it hadn't developed to the point of preserving the natural environment the way that it was kind of intended to be, viewed by nature. So travel tip, we just saved $3 on the Hot Springs elevator. Random, I know.
$3 per person.
With an America the Beautiful pass. So don't forget, get your annual pass, everybody.
Bathhouse Row represents a long series of bathhouses built to bring the hot waters of the federally protected springs to visitors. Many iterations of bathhouses have taken the place of those lost to the various floods and fires of Hot Springs history.
Random.
Yes.
The 8 bathhouses, along with the National Park Service Administration building at the end of the row and the hot springs that give the area its name, form the heart of Hot Springs National Park. Along the row of buildings, you can find public fountains at which all are welcome to fill their own containers with the spring water.
All right, important thing left to do before we leave Hot Springs.
Get some cold water.
Get some free water. It might be hot.
I just come up here to get me a glass of water.
Yeah? You from town?
Yes.
So is this water gonna heal me or what?
It is a miracle water.
Is it spring water or is it mineral water?
It's the hot water.
All right, well, I expected Hot Springs to by far be the weirdest national park, and it didn't disappoint. It delivered.
Yeah.
It was weird, and it was really peculiar and even a little bit different than I expected. And here's my weird reaction to it. It makes me want to go out in the woods as soon as possible, As weird and as incongruent, as much as it doesn't fit in the mold of national parks, I think that Hot Springs is an interesting historical monument to the national park idea and the development of what it means to protect our resources. Or not, for that matter.
Not often can you go soak in a nice tub. I made my hair all nice and clean after living on the road for a while. Then I had a beer and some shishito peppers.
The simple things. Hot Springs delivers the simple things. Thank you very much, Arkansas. Okay, so I get why they call it the Smokies now. Initially, I thought it was because of the dude that was vaping in front of us, but now I understand, so.